For centuries, mystics, sages, and gurus have identified attachment as the leading cause of all personal suffering. This could be attachment to a person or object, to a thought or belief, or even a goal or desired outcome. Whatever or whomever the object of our attachment is, we all find ourselves entangled in this sticky mess from time to time. It can cause real havoc on our mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. In fact, much of what we think and are attached to transpires in our physiology. And the more we are attached to people, ideas, and things, the more our body begins to deteriorate, become sick, and even shut down. So if we know how bad attachment can be, why don't we just detach ourselves from all the things that we are attached to? It's a good question, but it's often easier said than done. Many of us are not aware of the real reasons why we are so attached to a person or thing in the first place. We blindly strive to obtain or keep what we desire, not knowing that this endless pursuit is literally driving us mad. If we are attracted to a person, for example, we may think that there is no greater joy in the world than to have this person in our life. We get swept up in a wild fantasy that can slowly develop into a nightmare and potentially obsession or even outright self-destruction. We all have probably seen a few movies on Netflix about the crazy lover who is so obsessed with their beloved that they go to all lengths possible to get that person, sometimes through very violent means. But if we stop and truly examine the root of our attachment and why it can go to such extreme lengths, we'll be better equipped to prevent such attachment from happening in the future, not to mention the excruciating pain and suffering it often brings. At the core of all attachment is an unwillingness to accept what is here and now. We either are attached to something or someone from our past, or attached to the idea of something or someone in our future. It's no surprise at all that the people who are most attached to other people and things in their life are also usually very disconnected from the present moment. They lack, at least in this current moment, the ability to slow down, ground themselves, and enjoy what is unfolding in the now. Their ego or illusionary self is talking nonstop in their minds, insisting that peace and happiness cannot be found while they are separated from the object of their attachment. And so, minute by minute, hour by hour, and day by day, the attached person is feeding their mind with more lies and delusion that attempt to justify their attachment. The problem with this thinking, however, is that the attachment will never end. Even if that person does in fact get whom or what it is they desperately seek, there will still be another person or thing to desire because they haven't yet solved the root of their attachment, which is the inability to accept their life as it is in the present moment. Their ego will continually remind them that happiness will not be theirs until they achieve, acquire, or control everything and everyone in their life. It may sound far-fetched, but you'd be surprised at how many people are under the control of their ego, rather than actually living peaceful and awakened lives in harmony with the now. The only way to stop attachment and the harmful effects it brings is to gradually open our hearts to become more accepting of what is, rather than always striving for what could be. Of course, there is no harm in striving for a better future. But that striving must not come at the expense of our peace and sanity. We can't mislead or mislabel or confuse our hard work and dedication with attachment and obsession. You put in the effort, you work with good and honest intentions, and you leave the rest to God or the universe. Be happy and grateful for the people and things already in your life today, and accept that one day these people and things may actually leave your life. If you look at it deeply, you do not need anything or anyone more because you are already whole and complete. The real struggle is becoming aware of our ego, quieting our mind, and appreciating what is already here. Once you start doing these things, you will no longer be attached to anything or anyone. You will simply be at peace with what is already in your life, knowing that people and things will come and go, but who you really are never changes. You are always whole and complete. You are always loved and full of happiness. But now is the time to drop the ego's veil to realize this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this spiritual teaching. I plan to create more videos like this in addition to the spiritual and inspirational poems I cover, because it's important sometimes to just talk directly about how we can awaken and live our best life. As some of you know, it is my deep passion to share this wisdom with as many people as possible, starting with myself. I certainly have felt the pain and struggle of attachment before, and I know how much it can set us behind in terms of growing as a person and being at peace with our life. So if you guys enjoyed this video or benefited from it in any way, please don't hesitate to drop a like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to the channel. Every bit of support helps, and we can all grow together instead of just stopping at our own awakening. But I'll leave you guys with a little bit more final words, which is to just be patient and be more aware of your thoughts and what your ego is trying to make you believe. In the beginning, it can be very hard to escape its grasp. But over time, and with patience and practice, you will start to see that the ego is not really serving you, but rather is hurting you. In the case of attachment, this pain and hurt can sometimes be very severe. But as long as you stay the course, as long as you become more quiet and live in silence, you will see that nothing is required to make you feel at peace. You are already at peace, whether or not the object of your attachment becomes yours. What stopped you from your peace is yourself, and nothing or anyone else. So free yourself from your ego and let go of all of your attachment. You will discover that everything in the world will fade and pass, and that the only thing worth pursuing and protecting is your soul, your beautiful, gentle, and peaceful soul.